So hi everybody and welcome back. Well, this video is a little updating about what we are currently doing about our newest item, that is the Esagamma E version. And when I made the Esagamma E, I wanted to also provide some basic parts for the little brother that he had. So this truck was produced by Lancia in 1964, as you've seen in previous video. I probably will organize a playlist about this stuff. And they were extremely similar, you know, being just the Esadelta C, a little bit smaller than the Esagamma E. So basically the difference was in the overall dimension was a 10%, 10 to 15% smaller than this truck, you know, but it's extremely similar to that. So we prepared also the extra grille for the front grille, you know, from that logos that we prepared here. This was a test one with the logo already molded in, as you can see here. This is one of the first one that we did, and you see that the logo is not with a dent inside, so it's already placed there. Then the designer had the idea to make it separate, so it can be slightly better when you go painting for this stuff, because if you check pictures and reference for this truck, this front grille was painted in chrome with the basic part inside of black, like typical of the trucks of the 70s and in the 60s, you know, many chrome parts. So we decided to add also, you know, because it was a slightly modification to the original one, the other option to do the grille for the Esadelta. This is a slightly detail, you know, but if you're looking this type of videos, it means that you know better than me, and you know these vehicles, and you are going to study them to build them up. And we noted that, for example, there was a slightly difference in the grill lines inside the two trucks. Now they look identical, but they are not. So it was a client honestly making me notice this, because I also didn't notice when I was going to build it up. You know, I just took the example of the grill to take the shape and take the dimension to give it to the 3D guy, you know, to have a properly fitting part like this one that, you know, it goes inside. This is just the bare part that I didn't prepare, you know, it's just coming out from the printer and it just fit. So it was anyway our idea, because we had in the detail set made from KMP, from the guy of KMP, we had a couple of Lancia logo, and this time will be absolutely suitable, because then you have also the hardest part of the details that basically even the extreme modeler cannot make it, you know. So inside you will have both writing from Esagamma and Esadelta truck. I hope that you can see from here. That's the writing in 3D. Where is it? Here it is. They are extremely thin and fragile, you know, Esadelta C, that's why. But the main difference is that if you count the lines of the front grille, one features 15 lines. Instead, the one from the Esagamma was 17 lines. I mean, of the vertical lines, you know, it's a slightly different, you know, you can really not notice until you go there and really count the rivets over the truck. But that is true, that was one of the way to distinguish them from far away, because otherwise the truck look absolutely identical. As I say, the difference in the dimension of the cab is absolutely small. So that's why I think with the proper accoutrements and the proper modification, you can also fake it without touching the cab, to make it like an Esadelta, working on the wheelbase, you know, of the truck, and respecting the measure of the Esadelta. That was slightly different, so you don't really need to do so much over the cab to obtain an Esadelta, because the overall look is absolutely the same, you know. So it's considering like a difference between 124 to 125 scale, I think is not so evident, you know. Just study the detail, but of course if you place the proper detail, like the different grille over the front, that is already kind of fake of it, you know, but you can absolutely use it. So we decided to add in our kits, and the one that we are going to sell, because we already sold many of them, and I tell you guys, for all the guys that already bought this stuff, we will send it for free, this modification part that we made now. So it was not so many around the world, but several in Italy, honestly, and so will be no problem. Also, you will get the missing part, the improving part for this vehicle. It never happens before that we improve the detail set while the truck was still in production. Usually we wait to end the first production line of this, and then when we prepare the new mold, then we do modification like a new stuff. That's why there is, if you check on my website, alsoldatino.com, there you find my complete price list, and there you can absolutely find the slightly increasing of the price. That is because of the material. Everything is increasing price, so I really try to do my best to keep it as low as I can, but sometimes I cannot. So sometimes there is increasing and I cannot do so much, and this is one of that situations, so when this happens, I unfortunately have to update a little, because if you check, it is just about 5 to 10 euros, not so significant, the difference. After I think the first Buffo type cab was the first one that I did, because it was in production since I was checking yesterday. Started in 2015. So in 2015 was it was a long time ago. It's nearly 10 years now. So that's it, and I think you will have no issues also both deciding to make both of them, because you will have double logos inside, so you can decide for this situation. We didn't want to go cheap also with the logo, so providing you two grill and only one logo, we give you two grill, two logos, and two writing from the Esadelta. So also if you just want to have the display, but also a spare front part, this is quite easy. You use this like a dime, you place it over a plastic card sheet of the proper dimension. You can place it like a replacement part on the trunk of the truck, so you can do as much as you want. You will not find this one. I mean, this was, as I said, a prototype that I was using during the preparation of the vehicle. So this is the one with already molded in the Lancia logo. So I will just keep it when the production will be over, or will be the last pieces, and we don't have any longer the correct one, just to provide something, if I really need it. But we made plenty of them, so it's no problem. And we are just made the file in 3D. I say we is the guy from KMP that made it, not me. Absolutely, I made the racing part, he made the 3D part, and he's extremely skilled, because if you see the details, this is really well done. I hope that with the crap camera that I'm using now, you can see this stuff, but it's really detailed. We are in 24 scale, so you will have all the Lancia logo made that way. I think it's pretty cool, pretty nice. Those details in 3D became awesome over such trucks, and here you can place the logo Esagamma or Esadelta. So that's it. It was a small improvement. I wanted to be correct with the guys that took that part, and they say, Paolo, we were the first one taking it for you. So what about the missing part? You will have it for free, and no problem from my side. That's it. Thanks for watching you, and see you in the next one.